The San Francisco 49ers rise as the Giants fall. It's Friday. John Chapman is in the building, fresh from Levi's Stadium. I don't think he ever went home. He came straight to the show. Let's have a great one, baby. Thank God it's Friday right here on the Wayne Breezy Show.
We so bright that we shining. All we know is the Niners. Red and gold at its finest. We so faithful to the Bay. We so bright that we shining. All we know is the Niners. Red and gold at its finest. We so faithful to the Bay. Yeah.
It's Friday. John Chapman is in the building. Wayne Breezy is in the building. My energy is on level elevated heaven, sky high, baby. John, what's going on, baby?
3-0, man. 3-0. Usually it's the Victory Monday. We get to enjoy this 3-0 awesome start for 3 extra days. And I could not be happier. And I think the 49ers couldn't be happier. You know, this is a mini bye week now. So however you predicted the season to start and to go, it wasn't this good. This is better than anybody, even like Jax, who's been saying 17-0. The way that they have won the games and the health of this team moving forward, whew. There we go. Victory Monday and a Victory Friday. It's been a good week. Week. Glad to be here, Wayne.
It's been a great week. I just realized we had a Victory Monday, and now we have a Victory Friday. And then we have like a mini bye Monday coming up. You know, this is a great. Listen, I'm so excited to the 3-0 start. It's a weird 3-0 start though, right? Because it's not like it seems slow. It seems like it's slow. Remember, we kept saying we don't want to start the season off slow. To me, starting the season off slow would be like losing a few games. The Niners won their first 2 games on the road, went home, demolished the Giants, and they're going to be at home for 2 more weeks against the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. And I get why people may fear the Dallas Cowboys. I get it.
They're good.
I don't. They're a good team. I'm not going to take that away from them. And I'm not jumping past the Cardinals. I just want to stay here and bask in the 3-0 success so far for the San Francisco 49ers. Can we do that before we jump to get to the Cardinals? We got to get past the division rival.
Yep.
And then we get the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. But guys, we are so happy. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. I'm so glad I got John here. I feel like it's been forever. I'm sorry that we didn't get a chance to do the John and Wayne show this Tuesday. I was at the funeral of my stepdad, and I just needed a little bit of time. And then I was like, you know what? I can't be alone. I need to be with people later on that night. So
we're the same, man. You and me are the same. We handle things the same way.
Yeah, so we just jumped on some shows, but I was literally still at the funeral during our time, or we would have did a show too. So my apologies for that.
No,
but listen,
condolences to you and your family, man. We love
it, bro.
You, man.
Appreciate it. Big Daddy Niners, what's up, fam? How's your day? They started off great because we went to sleep great, right?
We did, man. Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever you got to make that drive home, you know, from Levi's, which for us we're East Bay, so it's a little bit of a drive. It's a lot better after a win. That's all I got to say. It's a lot better after. What's up, Peachy? Oh, I love it, man.
Thanks for tuning in, faithful. Make sure to smash that like button, guys. Hit the like button right now. If you're new to the stream, go ahead and subscribe to both channels. All right, now here's the cool thing, right? When John and I simulcast, I hate that word, but when we stream at the same time, that's what it means. All you got to do is get 2 browsers open, right? If you got Google on your phone and Safari, because I'm talking to my iPhone people, open up Safari, open up Google, put it on both. It's super simple. Watch at the same dang time. It's cool. Hit the like button at the same dang time and make sure you subscribe to both channels and become members of both channels. I think that would be really cool. You know what I'm saying? We would love that. All right. We got some super chats we're going to get to. I just want to shout out the Cruz. Collins in the building. Eddie G and the Bulldogs is in the building. Listen, it's good, right? It's super good. RTPFT. W in the building. I love it. The president himself,
Ooh, I gotta
Mr.
see.
Birthday Boy.
I gotta say hey to Lee yesterday. I gotta tap him.
Did you?
He was in the gold mine, and I reached up and tapped him. I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Yeah,
Always good to see him.
John and our memories of the gold mine.
That's right, man.
Yeah, Lee, happy belated birthday.
He's the best.
Even though yesterday was your birthday, you know what I'm saying. I hope you got the win. Right? We got a dub. You came all the way here. We got a dub. Let's start with the super chat contribution. Jack Cooley, John, go ahead and read this, baby.
It says slap hands. First of 2 Victory Fridays this season. That's right. We got another Thursday. We're going to be at that one. That's the Seattle Thanksgiving game. I love that we're 3-0. There's a sense of dissatisfaction because we all know we haven't hit our potential yet. We are going to be even better. We haven't got there. Well said, Jack. We haven't got there. And I do want to, Jack, I know it's important for you. We said on the show this week that Kyle Juszczyk was going to get his first touch this game. That took place. I know you're a big Juszczyk guy. So there's still so much meat on the bone, which is crazy. And I know we're going to talk about like the 49ers ranks and all these things. They're dominating every game. They're dominating every game. And even if you talk about the Rams, the first half, all right, cool. We were on par. At one point in the second quarter, we were down 6-3. This is the NFL. How's the game end? And the game ends with the 49ers putting 30 points up every damn time. And the game ends every damn time with the 49ers defense.
You wasn't supposed to stop. You was ranting. It was every damn time. I'm ready to hit the button every damn time. I did get worried though, John. It was like 7 minutes to go or something like that. I can't remember the timestamp. I could go check my Twitter. I'm like, it's 20. We got 23 points. I was like, as soon as I tweeted, will the Niners get 30 points? And then of course everybody wants to wait. And then all of a sudden, here they come, bashing your boy Breezy. We just did. Duh. Obviously, I tweeted it before it happened. All right, man. I love it, yo. I love Twitter. I mean, X, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Jax, what's going
Twitter.
on? It's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
But listen, let's talk about the game. Let's recap the game. 49ers win. And I think you said something very interesting. When it was 17-6 at the half, it kind of felt like the game was over. And I want to get your take on that. I want to know more of what you mean by it felt like the game was over. You were there, so you had a different feeling on TV. You know, it's entertainment on TV. It's a little different.
Right. I'll say this, and the Giants couldn't do anything offensively. They really, really couldn't. And, they got 3 separate drives. They got points, all of them aided by penalties, which, if you want to focus on some negatives,
we're going to talk about that.
That's part of the equation. But they just were never in control. It was, if the Niners give us an opportunity, we can cash it in for something. But they never even scored 7 points, right? They got 2 field goals. They got the touchdown, tried to go for 2. Got the sack against them. So, yeah, like they just literally were only getting what was gifted to them, and they couldn't even capitalize the correct way to do so. And they should have been able to put up 21 points with their field position and all that stuff. That's what they should have had. But so when the Niners were up 17-6 at the half, I was like, man, they're not doing anything offensively. How is this team going to go out and score 12 plus points? And they didn't. They got to 12. The spread was huge. It was the largest spread of the entire week, and they covered it almost 2 times. This is just a dominating performance. And, there's one stat that I was looking through all the stuff this morning. The Giants had a total of 150 total yards offense, which is dog crap. The 49ers had 196 yak yards after the catch. We had more yards after the catch than they had total yards the whole game. Dominating, man. This 49ers defense just shut that team down.
Defensively, I want to talk about some of this. I mean, I know week 3 began last night. The 49ers were ranked not low, but kind of not where you expect the 49ers to be. I feel like and I'm going to go through this. I mean, as far as total yards, like the 49ers, are 5th in total yards given up so far. They're ranked as far as the average. They're number 4. So now they're climbing back up the charts at 258.3 yards a game. And I want to stay there because in this game, the 49ers defense gave up a total of 150 yards. 150 yards. And I'm not going to be the type of person to say this, but I got to say this. I feel like the 49ers game plan is to always eliminate, not take away. I mean, literally eliminate the run. Eliminate it, right? Eliminate it, get rid of it. And I don't care who the running back is. Even if Saquon Barkley played in this game, I don't think Saquon Barkley would have been able to rush on this defense. They would have to utilize him a different way. And I hope I'm saying that in fairness because I do respect Saquon Barkley and his skill set. But the Niners are taking away the run. So you got to figure out how to get those yards a little bit differently. Am I kind of wrong for thinking that way? Like,
no, I think you're right. And, the metric that I think the 49ers, I don't want to look too far ahead, but just to put into context how dominating they were against this team, when the Cowboys beat the Giants week 1, 40-0, they had 171 yards on offense. They had fewer yards against us than they did them. Not that, it's not apples to apples all the time, but what I'm trying to say is this was as dominating a performance defensively that you could have had. You didn't get the shutout, but whenever you only give up 12 points a game, and we're averaging 30 points a game.
12.
Oh, what's up, Tara? What's up, Tara? Don't love that dude, man. So I just think with what the Niners continue to do, if you make teams one-dimensional and they cannot run the ball, it's going to be a problem. And I got to give a shout-out to my man, Oren Burks. That dude was an absolute beast yesterday. I've been Team Oren Burks for a minute. I really did like this guy. I wanted him to start this year. I'm glad that he did. He led the team in solo stops with 4 solo stops.
Yep.
He only had 21 snaps.
21 snaps, 90.1 PFF grade. I saw a big-ass tackle for a loss, and I'm like, oh, that's Burks.
He was balling, man. That dude making so many good plays on a very limited. Him and Ronnie Bell, I feel like we're the same damn player. Just on opposite sides.
Opposite sides. Yeah, opposite sides. I saw that as well. And let's just stick to the defensive side. 29 yards rushing. Here's the thing though, like they didn't. Did you watch the video? I felt like the Giants. It was Nick Bosa, and the Niners came in expecting Daniel Jones to run, and they didn't do any.
Yeah. He even said he's like, oh, he thought they'd do a lot more zone reads, but I don't know. They didn't do it. Like he was like disappointed.
Yeah, right. Because they wanted to show everybody that they were prepared. You know what I'm saying? They were prepared for the zone read, but they didn't have to in this particular game. They didn't have to work as hard. The pressures were there. 23 total pressures for the defense, 2 sacks, 17 hurries, 4 quarterback hits. I believe that maths out to 23. You know what I mean?
Blitzed 11 times.
We blitzed 11 times.
They blitzed us 33 times, which 11 is, pretty standard in the NFL. But yeah, and we didn't have to blitz to hit them.
Let's talk about their blitz, because I know a lot of people want to know, like, what caused Brock Purdy to look off? Like, he looked, I don't want to say he looked lost, but you saw on one of his early throws in the game, it was behind Deebo Samuel, opposed to being in front of Deebo. Deebo had his guys beat. And I wish people have to miss me with Deebo not being a receiver that can run routes. Please get that.
Not this year. You can't say that shit this year. All 3 games.
Thank you.
Can't
Finally,
say that.
John is here.
Can't say that.
Please get that out your head. Matter of fact, the touchdown he scored was a route. It was literally a stop, go. Good luck catching me. Please miss me with he can't run routes. He might not run them better than Brandon Ayuk, but he can run routes. Let's get that.
Who runs routes better than Brandon Ayuk? There might be like 2 people in the NFL.
I want to talk about the Giants and what possibly caused. I want to talk about the Giants blitz, because you said that they blitzed 33 times. So Brock dropped back 39 times, and 33 times of those dropbacks, they blitzed. So they were blitzing at the very beginning of the game. Let's pull this up. Shout out to Next Gen Stats. 84. I'm just going to round it up to 85%. John, has any team ever blitzed this much?
The Giants blitz a lot. That's Wink Martindale. That's his thing. Press man corner, cover one, blitz, whatever. This was a whole nother level. I think I saw somebody put out there, it was the 5th most blitzed game in the past 5 years. So you're talking about not against the Niners. That's any NFL team against any NFL team. It was crazy. It reminded me so much of the Miami game last year when Brock first got in. Jimmy gets hurt. Brock comes in, and Miami says, man, we're sending it after this guy. We're going to make him beat us. And he toasted the crap out of him. That's the way it felt the whole time. It was just like, oh, they're blitzing again. Oh, they're blitzing again. Oh, they're blitzing again. Oh, they're blitzing again. And it was just like every single play. I was like, good gosh. And, I understand that Brock's getting hit. He got sacked twice. But good gosh, you blitz 33 times. You're going to get there. And so that hurts the linemen because they're all one-on-one matchups. You're not getting those extras when they bring 5 or more. So I thought the O-line did really, really well across the board, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks got blown up. He got beat bad on at least one. I only seen one that he got beat bad, and that was actually on it wasn't a sack, right? But it was definitely a hit or something. Oh, it was the Leonard
penalty.
Williams. Yeah, it was
the penalty where he landed on top of him.
The roughing the passer or whatever you want to call that. So that was to me his only beat. So it doesn't count against him, right? He doesn't give up that pressure.
Yeah, it's negated. It's wiped from the stat sheet. But and you're going to give up pressures, and that's the thing. If you blitz 33 times and you only get 2 sacks,
it's
what's happening the rest of the time? Because if you look at Brock Purdy's NFL passer rating when blitzed, he had a 108.
108, bro. This was his stats against the blitz: 247 yards and 2 TDs on both touchdowns. It was a 0 blitz. Like, how did he get the ball to Deebo Samuel on a 0 blitz?
He was backing up, man.
I get the Ronnie Bell one.
Yeah,
that was a fade. Hey, man, I'm badass snap too. Brendo, get your snaps up, bro.
He had a rough game.
That was a low snap. He gets the ball and he still gets it to him. That was 0 blitz. I remember Jimmy Garoppolo attempting that. I think it was never mind. It didn't work out. It was an interception, but I'm glad to see that Brock accomplished something. That you can tell that Brock is capable of executing Kyle Shanahan's plan. Like that's and that is why, to me, Brock Purdy is potentially going to be a star. I don't think
he's on pace, man. Look at the numbers this year.
Yeah,
look what he's done.
I got you. I get it. I don't know if I could put him in the elite category. I think Peachy last night on the Overreaction show said he does elite things, though. He might not be elite. He might not be the Patrick Mahomes elite who looks terrible this season.
Cares?
Right. But he does elite things in this offense that makes us score 30 points a game and, more importantly, win. We're 8-0. Brock is 8-0.
Doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, that's the thing. 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions on the year. Good gosh. Every day. You sign up for that every day. I love it, man.
Are you concerned with the slow start from Brock? This is the second time he seemed affected early in the game, but found a way to overcome the adversity during the adjustment period of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you always got to kind of see, like, you have a game plan and you go out there. Nobody's had the game plan they're going to blitz 33 times. Yeah, you were ready for the blitz and you had a couple hot routes. But then after a while, like, you just got to say, if you're Kyle Shanahan, we can't call these certain plays. We can't. So, like, it's hot route reads, get everybody ready. And I don't even think we had that much of a slow start. You go out there with a 15-play drive, you get a field goal on the opening score or on the opening drive, and, like, that's good. One of my favorite bets every single time we bet every week is 49ers score on the first drive, because when Kyle scripts it, it's going to go well. And so you got down there, you got the points. It's just, yeah, I get that everybody wants, touchdown. But man, 17 points in the first half is great. That's good. That's on pace for 34. And so we get in this video game kind of mindset, and I get that. Dude, the Niners have been so consistent on offense. 30 points a game, 3 games in a row. That's unheard of. I don't think they've ever done that before. I'll have to go through and look, but
And I like the way that you're looking at the overall view, but if you break it down a little bit, I think the concern for me was like, okay, we get in the red zone, we don't score. We have
yeah.
to settle for a field goal. So let's talk about that, because to me, that was the issue. They get down. I mean, and literally get into the red zone, and they couldn't punch it in. Jake Moody has to come in and kick like a 21-yard field goal, little chip shot type of a field goal. That was the disappointment for a lot of people, and they were like, "Dang!" Every time Brock does get the ball and gets it to the red zone, on that first drive. Remember, we had a 15 play first drive that took up 6 minutes and like 14 seconds or something, 40 seconds or 46 seconds, and it only resulted in 3 points. And that's isn't that a failure? In
I don't
some
think
way?
so. No,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you want the 7, of course. But I mean, how many drives did we have this game total? I think we had 11. You kick a field goal every single drive, that's 33 points, right? So the points per, like, that's not a loss. And especially when you wear the defense out. I wish we'd run the ball a little more in the red zone. I wish we'd run the ball more, but we
I
still
think
ran the ball almost 40 times.
we did. And it was really close, right? It was like 38 maybe
Yeah,
to
38.
39 passes or something like that. So it was very well balanced. That was my issue. They could have ran the ball.
Yeah.
But they chose to throw it. But if you look at the game plan of the New York Football Giants, what was their game plan? They stacked the box. They wanted you to run. They bet you to run. Run against 8 people if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like, and that's why, a lot of people were like, well, Brock looked off. Brock didn't look good, early in the game. And that's fair to say. He didn't. But let's talk about why. They blitzed from the beginning to the end of this game. You would think at some point they're out of the game. They're not going to blitz anymore. Nope. Matter of fact, at halftime, John, it was like 78%. I'm like, damn, they blitzed 80% of the first half. It went up, John. It went up. The number went up, and they still got their asses whipped.
Yep, they sure did. And again, you scored 2 touchdowns out of 5 red zone trips, so that's bad. But it's bad. The good thing is all 5 of those trips came away with points. That's good. And one of the things that kills teams in the NFL is when you turn the ball over early in a drive or late in a drive. Like if you have a red zone turnover, that is just catastrophic to morale, momentum, everything. You drive all the way down there and you get nothing. You get a goose egg on the board. That's a killer. And the Niners haven't done that this year. And so if they can just stay with this efficient, man, we're cashing in, even if it's 3s, that's okay because nobody's playing as close. Nobody's played a good 3 quarters against us. There's been a good 2 quarters, that first half for the Rams, but then they ran out of gas. So I get some concern. Could they be better? Could they score 44 points? Sure. But man, if you told me right now, John, sign up right now, 30 points every game the rest of the year, I'm signing right freaking now.
And I get it.
I'd take it.
I get it. I do think that game plan I think that mindset would change slightly if the coaching felt there was more of a challenge from the others. We got to get a touchdown right here. I'll be a little bit more aggressive on 4th. We're going to go for it on this 4th down. We're on our side of the 50. We're just going to do it. I don't want to give them the ball. I do trust our defense, but let's go ahead and get this, keep pushing, show them that our offense is the juggernaut. We didn't do that this game. I felt like this game, Kyle just was in the bag. He knew, he was comfortable that his offense was going to get together. And penalties, believe it or not, the penalties are what really hold the 49ers back.
Yeah.
It's not that the offense can't flow or the defense can't stay off, keep the, get off the field quick enough. It's not that. It's just there's a bonehead penalty. And to me, John, I didn't think this game was more about Brock Purdy like staying off because, like I said, he finished, strong. I think the major issue with this team is, I hate to group it all together, but there's only one name for it, and that's special teams. And I feel like that's the issue. So let's talk about the special teams here. I know Jake Moody is on point. I know that Mitch Wishnowsky is on point, but the special teams is the weakest link. Why?
Well, I think you're missing one of your captains is Samuel Womack. When Samuel Womack left and you replaced him with Trey Swellen, which I'm happy Trey Swellen made the team, and I wish him all the best in the world. He has put up 2 stinkers back-to-back weeks on special teams. And not only is it just bad special teams play, he got the same damn penalty twice. Like the same thing. And Kyle said, we got the same penalty last week on the same thing. Like Ronnie Bell, I thought played awesome as a gunner, and he's not a speed guy. He didn't have speed like, Ambry Thomas or Samuel Womack, some of those other guys, but he's just so damn tough. And so those short punts, I love him as a gunner. The long punts, I don't want him out there as a gunner. But once we get Danny Gray, once we get Samuel Womack back, that is going to transform so much for the 49ers. It's going to make a big difference. But, dude, I was really impressed by Ronnie Bell, man, on special teams. Obviously, offense is awesome. I'm a special teams guy. Hitting yardage is everything, and it killed the Niners this game because I think you won in 2 phases of the game, offense, defense. I don't think you won special teams.
So if we talk about the special teams, John, and if we go backwards and we look at what the Niners defense was doing, they were doing their job. I think if you get rid of that first Swilling special teams penalty, and then you get the second special teams penalty, it's just like, dude, we gave them yardage. So if we let's rewind because people are probably like, what is Breezy talking about? Let's go to the first one. The first one was the penalty, and then it forced the Niners to be in their own end zone, like literally, right? And so like I'm like, oh man, you already know that there's only a small script of plays you're gonna try to run here to push to get you some space. You're not gonna really try to throw it too much, and I think we threw just about on like every one of them plays trying to get the first down, and unfortunately we didn't, and we had to punt, right? So then you're giving them field position, and then on the punt you interfere, and so you get the second penalty, which now it was a great punt too, by the way, by Mitch Wishnowsky.
Yes, it was.
Right, and then because of the interference from Shamar Jean-Charles, now they're on their side of the 50
To start.
Then, if I'm Daniel Jones, this was the best play, in my opinion, that Daniel Jones did all game. He located the mismatch. He had a 6'5" tight end on a 5'9" DB. I'm throwing it there every single time and hoping my guy catches it or I get a penalty. I didn't think that was a pass interference. What was your thought on the call?
Yeah, I'm a defensive guy, so I'm always going to say there it should have been pass interference, but, he's so soft. Darren Waller, dude, if I was a Giants fan, there were a couple sitting around us, and all my interactions with Giants fans was awesome, by the way, this weekend.
That's
so
what's up.
Shout out to them. And we had a lot come to the tailgate, and they were partying with us. It was awesome.
Awesome.
But, dude, imagine being a Giants fan right now. Like, what are you going through? Your team sucks. You just traded for this dude, Darren Waller, that doesn't seem like he wants to play football at all. Your quarterback that you just paid $40 million for is not good. Let's just be honest. Like, what is the future of this franchise? And so that's their best play. Pass interference. Like, that's their best play. That and special teams. Like,
well, their best play was the breakdown and the touchdown run, the 8-yard run right after that, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened to our defense.
Yeah, I got to go through the film on that one.
And I can't wait to break that down. But I'm just like, dang, like where we lost, did we forget? And it was just like good blocking. It was the same damn play that the Rams ran with Kyron Williams, and he got into the end zone, literally. So my issue.
Well, the reason why that happened was Isaiah Oliver. I don't know what this one is though, so I have to go back and watch the tape.
All right. So like to me, that was their best play. They took a shot on their side of the 50, tried to get the ball down the field. They get the call, right? And then from there, they were able to run it in. That was their point. But it came to me off of penalties.
Yep. And so like, what do you got to do? Because the Niners packed their roster with a bunch of overly physical bullies. And so like, there's 2 types of penalties. There's mental errors, right? And then there's execution errors. And so you could deal with execution errors. And I would argue the Trey Swelling penalties, that's just, whatever, come on, man, like figure this out. But then you've got like the Greenlaw and the Trent Williams and those type of penalties, or Juwan Jennings. Like those are just, we're just beating the shit out of people, and if we get a flag, we get a flag. And I don't know. Part of me says I don't want to give that up. Not that I want the penalties, but you cannot sacrifice who you are as a team. So there's two different kinds. You know what I mean? You got to coach up the execution ones, but man, I'd never want to play soft. And I don't think as long as Trent Williams and Dre Greenlaw and Hufanga and Kittle, those guys are around, this team's never going to be a soft team. And I love that.
And I want to get to these super chat contributions really quickly, but you know what? Let's do that, and then we'll pivot.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the non-softness of the 49er defense, or the little bit of the thin line between the undisciplined, or I guess that's what we'll call it. I'll let you read these. These are from your channel. So Nate Rod 5523 in the building. You're gonna get the foghorn. You're on the Wayne Breezy Show. Let's go.
Let's go. He says, "Yo, made it live again. Love Purdy still trying the deep ball. Yeah, he took 2 deep ball throws. They just kept throwing the ball. Like, I mean, he threw it 37 times. I did not see that coming. I'm just going to be 100% obvious. He says, no one's talking about Purdy's ball to CMC for the touchdown that he dropped. That was a freak play by that linebacker, man.
Okay, so I know it's a drop, right? I know it's going to be labeled as a drop, but it wasn't a drop. I want people to stop saying that it was a drop.
Breakup.
It was a PBU. It was a PBU. The ball was in his hand. He was transferring it down to secure the ball, because you know you got to do that in stupid NFL, right? And as he was doing that, I would just say McFadden, who was probably the best defensive player on the field all night long for both teams, made a freaking play.
Yeah, he did. And this is going to be Purdy's MO. We saw the same thing last year. Purdy's best play of his entire career was an incomplete pass to Brandon Ayuk. When he scrambled forever, it hit him in the back pylon, and then Ayuk dropped it. I think my favorite pass play from last week from Purdy was the pass interference. Didn't even count to Debo in the back pylon. I thought that was a badass throw last week. Not a catch. Best throw this game. Not a catch. But as long as he can keep doing those things, they don't show up on the stat sheet and whatever else, and the people that are, Purdy haters can pick those and put those out there, and that's fine. But this team and Kyle Shanahan trust the hell out of this guy. And you get those huge plays. And guess what? Yeah, maybe CMC should have caught that one. Maybe Debo shouldn't have caught his. You know what I mean? And whenever it all equals out, you're getting your guys these opportunities. Nobody's going to have 100% catch rate on those contested catches. You get one, you miss one. Hopefully you get better, but that's just the way it goes.
I love it, man. Corey Patterson in the building. John, you got this again.
All right, just me, or were there more than a few scary throws in the first half? Some real sloppy play, but the Niners are the superior team at the end of the day. Yeah, facts. Nailed it. That's perfect, Corey.
Yeah,
to have you on the show.
Right, and we talked about the sloppy play. You know what I mean? It was there, but we tried to give some type of context to why the play may have seemed. I mean, Purdy was forcing the ball to Debo, like literally forcing it. I'm like, no, don't force it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was one play, he forced it into double coverage, and Debo literally just, he gave somebody the people elbow. Like,
12 targets. 12.
12. So he was 6 for 12, right? Right. 6 receptions, 12 targets. Yeah. So forcing that, to me looks sloppy. But again, man, if you look at the game again from a different set of eyes, I know we were watching it in real time, but I noticed right away they were blitzing, bro.
Gosh.
They were sending the kitchen sink from the jump to the end, like literally. And so I think that affected a lot of what the game plan was. Kyle wanted to run the ball. Probably if he could have ran the ball 40, 50 times, he probably would have did it because he knew he didn't need too much passing. They forced Brock to throw in this game. They forced him to do it. And that's what teams do. But guess what? He did it, and he accomplished it. Last time when Jimmy Garoppolo used to be the starting quarterback and they would put 8 in a box, Jimmy couldn't beat the blitz.
No. And it was always frustrating, too, because you'd see how frustrated Kyle was because you knew how to beat that. Jimmy just couldn't execute it properly. Now you've got somebody that's like, all right, cool. Bring it. And we saw it in the Miami game. We saw it in this game. Blitz. Brock can beat you consistently and just moving the chains. Like you look at what the Niners did on third down. They went 9 for 16 on third downs. That's bananas.
Yo, it was 7 for 10 at the half, bro.
Gosh.
They were 70% at the half on third downs. Then it was 7 for 11 on that first
Yeah.
their first drive, and blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's still a good number, right? I'm with you, bro. No one's talking about the 49ers making adjustments on offense, and that's really starting to piss me off because sometimes even the offense has to make adjustments.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Especially whenever you have a team that wants to force the issue like Wink Martindale always does. Like his whole thing is, you're going to play offense the way I want you to play offense. And if he's got the guys out there on the roster, then it can work. The problem is he doesn't have it. It's a bad roster. Giants not a good team.
I agree.
Not a good depth chart.
I agree. Listen, Bro Montana John, you are on the money today, baby.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all so much. He says, was the Giants O-line playing better or our defense kind of soft at times but opportunistic? Well, we do a very good job defensive line-wise at run gap integrity. There are teams that just pin their ears back and just go straight after the quarterback all the time. Niners are not one of those teams. We care, and if you ask Chris Kusarek, if you ask Steve Wilkes, if you ask Kyle Shanahan or Bosa, they're going to tell you we want to stop the run first. And so we're going to close up all those run lanes, and their number one thing they were focused on was not letting Daniel Jones beat them running the ball. Well, guess what? Never happened.
Never happened.
Why did it not happen? Because their gap-controlled, gap-sound defense plugged all the gaps, and now you're going to force them to throw the ball to beat you, and they just couldn't do it.
Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it, love it. We got a couple of more I want to get to real quick. Josh Pickens. Take us away, John.
Listening from Pennsylvania. What's up, man?
PA in the building.
Told my barbers about your pregame that you do, and they will be there on Sunday night from the Dallas game. Oh, that's what's up, man. And, I just want to take a real quick second just to say thanks to everybody that came out to the tailgate. Man, it was a blast. I don't know what the total number was. I think it was about 75 people we had out there.
Beautiful.
It was awesome, man. We were just giving away all kinds of stuff, doing shots together, having a good time. It was awesome. And shout out to Paul. I saw Paul in the chat. The cook himself dominated. Appreciate you, brother. Just building relationships.
I knew it was on the menu. That was a dumb question. I forgot I got the menu, and I'm like, now y'all want to have this when I can't be. I tell you what, I'll be there that weekend, and I want chicken.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Done.
Chicken. No, chicken's too expensive, but whatever we get, we're going to eat.
Cowboys game's going off. Now, I will say this, for those that are wanting to come out for the Cowboys tailgate when Wayne's in town, that one's probably going to sell out. So I'm just telling you that now. 49ersrushroadtrip.com. You can go get tickets. We're tailgating this weekend to Arizona, for the Arizona game, we'll be out there. But the Cowboys one, I think we're going to have to cap that one.
Okay.
I can only fill up a U-Haul so much.
Got you. Say less. All right, got a couple of more. Shout out to my bro, For Life Niner. All right, DSTD reminded me of the BATD. So the Deebo Samuel touchdown reminded.
Same play, same play call.
It was the same play. It was a different route, though, but it was the same play. Like, it was so dope. Like, it's just so like this team is just dynamic on every facet. We didn't even mention the George Kittle-ness that was in infused into the offense, right? I think with the Niners, John, I'm realizing, just give them the damn ball. Just give anybody the damn ball.
And let them heat up. That's the thing. It's NBA Jam, right? He's heating up.
You got to get that shirt made.
Oh, there we go. I'm wearing.
Shout out to Ahmed. You got the Blitz one on. We talk about the Blitz.
But yeah, like once you get okay, figure out who's on, and then just keep feeding that dude. If it's CMC, if it's Ayuk, if it's Deebo, if it's Kittle, it's just like, after the first quarter, it's like, okay, yeah, this is a him game. And Deebo even said, it's going to be somebody different all the time. And, McCaffrey had a good game. McCaffrey actually had a great game. But Deebo and, Kittle go off. Just keep riding those dudes.
Just keep riding them. Yeah, super simple. I got to give a shout out to Peachy. She gets the 9-month member mark. We are 3-0. Screw the haters. This is our year. Take 6. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank all of you for your unwavering support. Hashtag with the BB and the Faithful to the Bay. Speaking of Faithful to the Bay, I will be doing my video music. So I just got my music treatment, the video treatment. And so I'll be relinquishing a specific location where I could have 49er faithful people come out, be extras in the videos. That's something that you guys want to do. I'll definitely be posting it via Instagram, via
That's gonna
Twitter.
be Saturday before the Cowboys
That's
game.
going to be Saturday before the Cowboys game. Yep, Saturday's going to be early Saturday morning, before all the other festivities begin. I know Travis King has his event that's going on Saturday early, and then if we're doing something, we got a lot of stuff going on that weekend.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be crazy, and you guys are not going. You're going to want to be a part of all of it. All right, so we'll be doing the music video for that, and it's going to be super exciting. All right, but Peachy, thank you so much for always for all your hard work and the things you do. Debster comes into the building. She says Brock eats pressure for breakfast. 3-0.
Dexter's the best, man.
Yeah, man, it sure isn't chicken because whatever he's eating, he's on it. I didn't think Brock looked flustered. He just didn't look like normal Brock. But I know why. Right?
I mean, just nonstop blitzing and figuring it out, and it just takes time. It takes time. That's what it is. And again,
but John, this is another thing that Brock figured out. So if another team blitzes at that high of a rate, now they might have different types of players. And you know what the issue was last night? Peachy made mention of something, and she brought up Dallas, and I immediately know that Dallas isn't this type of a defense. Like, they're not a blitzing type of a defense. Am I wrong? They don't blitz that much.
no, they got the dogs. They've got probably the deepest defensive end rotation in the NFL, and they're great at the top end. So yeah, that's kind of what they do.
Yeah.
But now it's a little bit different because the way that the relationship on a defense works is defensive line and secondary are always together. If you got a good pass rush, it helps the secondary. If you have good coverage, it helps the pass rush. Now with Trayvon Diggs out for the year, which sucks, man. I hate that.
Changes things a little bit. Changes things a little bit.
It's going to change things. We'll see how it works for him, but I hate all injuries. I wish he would have stayed healthy just because I think IU just torches that dude, but they lost a big one.
John, can I give a shout out to one of the faithful in the community right now that's just watching the show? My man Alberto. Gotta throw him the air horns one time. He says, we got Lombardi, Grant, Larry, Jack Hammer, and 95 the game on live right now, but he's riding with us, Breezy and John. I just wanted to show him some love because that means so much, yo.
A lot of good content out there.
Great content, right?
Yeah.
Like, beat writers out there doing their thing. But we appreciate you guys. This is the thing that we love. We love to do this. We eat, we sleep, we drink it. I know John's gonna go straight to work right after this. I'm gonna be winding down my weekend. It's Friday. I got to get into wedding mode. For my livelihood or whatnot. Eddie G and the Bulldogs, my brothers, 3-0 feels good. Dallas ain't ready. See, I didn't want to jump to Dallas, but let's jump to Dallas.
It's hard not to.
It's hard not to. It's the game that everybody has circled on their calendar, John.
It's the game
Dallas
of the year.
ain't ready. Bring on the cards. Love you guys. And then we'll see in week 10 in Jacksonville. I love this.
That's what's up. We're going to see you and Frank Gore together. Frank Gore coming with us to party in Jacksonville, baby.
We going to party. Hey. And I got to give another shout out to my man Ty Austin. All right, who's out there? I think he's the man. And so if you want to know who designs the shirts on the Wayne Breezy shop, you can check out his work right here. And I'm going to show you our new BA shirts. I was waiting for mine to come in, so I'm going to move the mic.
Oh, that's so clean. That's so clean, man.
So listen, you can go to www.twben.com/shop. All right. And we got other cool shirts up there. We got the Blueprint with Eric Armstead. We got the CMC, the cheat mother bleeping cold shirts. I'm telling you, CMC is a cheat code, bro.
Facts. He makes everybody better.
Everybody. But listen, go to the website. There's the link right there below, scrolling on the screen. You can also get the link in the description of the show. Go ahead and support the brand. Go ahead and support the shirts. Go ahead and support my man Ty. You know what I'm saying? We love you, man. Keep it up. Keep it up, Ty. Thank you so much for what you do. Corey Patterson comes into the building. Bam! Says some love for you too, Breezy. Also, McFadden was a baller yesterday. Corey, appreciate the super chat contribution. I know our defense was great. And I know I'm so happy Nick Bosa got a sack. Javon Hargrave led the team in defensive grade. He was just a man. But McFadden had to have 100. I didn't look at the Giants' grades. I know John's about to look.
I'm looking it up right now.
I know you. Yo, he. You know who he looked like? Chris freaking Borland, baby. Like he
looked
looked like
good.
a Chris Borland, all over the field. Was in the backfield. What was his grade, John? Just curious to know.
It's not as high
Because
as
he was getting beat in coverage. I guarantee you.
he got a 47.2 grade. And yeah, he gave up 5 catches on 5 targets.
There you go.
And he had 3 missed tackles. Dang. He had 3 missed tackles?
Weird. How many tackles did he finish with? 15?
Yeah, he had 11. You know what's crazy?
What?
The Giants had 16 missed tackles.
Well,
16. To put that in
Oh.
perspective, the 49ers had 3.
And to put it in this
Debo.
that you took the words right out of my mouth,
Sorry.
bro.
I'm sorry.
No, because there was a play that Debo called and they couldn't get him down no matter what. Like, and then there was the play with George Kittle and they couldn't get him down. When a person catches the ball on the sideline, usually you're gonna knock him out of bounds. George Kittle was like, nah, I'm going to stay in bounds and get first downs. Who converted? It was Debo that converted the 3rd and 15. And then it was Christian McCaffrey that they couldn't tackle who converted a 3rd and 13. That's dangerous.
You're not supposed to convert those. You're not supposed to. And so whenever you're a defensive, your scheme is, look, okay, we're going to back up. We're going to let them check underneath. And then we're going to rally. Like, that's the way you draw it up. That's the way the 49ers play defense. But whenever you're doing what the 49ers want you to do, that's cool. I'll take CMC versus 2-year guys. I'll take Debo versus 2-year guys. I'll take Kittle versus 2-year guys. Because, yeah, you might get him this time, but if you get him 2 chances, he's going to win one of those reps.
Ooh. They're just bullies.
Yeah.
I'm calling the 49ers offense monsters. I already said that Debo Samuel is the leader, and everybody else is starting to follow suit. I was asked a question yesterday, John, and I'll let that person remain anonymous. Who's more explosive, Debo Samuel or Christian McCaffrey?
I think that Debo's faster, and I think that Debo's more powerful. I think what makes CMC so great is he has some of the best vision of any running back to play in the NFL. The eyes are the thing. Now, CMC is fast. CMC is explosive. But, like, if we're just looking at the attributes, I'm going Debo for explosive and speed. That's just me.
And that's cool. So you went Debo with explosive? I missed it.
I would.
Okay, damn. I thought you was singing it because I was going to argue with you. All right, damn it. I can't argue with John on today's episode.
We always on the same thing. Next time, I'll take the opposite one.
No. I want you to. I want you to always take what you want. If we agree, we touch and agree. Ishmael, what's going on, baby? John, you go ahead and read this one, baby.
Love waking up to my 3-0. Thank you, Ishmael. Any status on Greenlaw's injury yet? No, usually you get it the next day, but so injuries will come in. They're getting the weekend off, but we might hear something, but they don't have to because it's a Thursday game. So if they don't do a press conference, then we're probably not going to know about it. So this is going to be a rough one to get information on, but I think he's all right.
So I must have fell asleep. So tell me when Greenlaw got injured, and don't tell me it was on the penalty.
I don't think it was. I don't remember where it was or what exactly happened. I just remember hearing Greenlaw's dealing with something, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "I don't know what that is."
Okay. Well, no, and it's good because now I wanted to, as far as injuries, we know that Debo Samuel may have bruised ribs. It looked like he fell on the ball awkwardly, right? And then
he said the breath got knocked out of him. I think he's fine.
They're going to X-ray his ribs, and then we'll get it, but we won't know for any time soon. And even if he did have even if he had bruised ribs, it'll be long gone by the time we play in 10 days, right? And so to me, that was it. Like I felt like that was the blunt of it. Now I'm sure other things will pop up over the time, and they'll keep things. But I don't think Greenlaw had any. any type of injury that was going to be significant. And let's talk about Greenlaw, and then let's talk a little bit about Trent Williams. To me, who had the two bonehead penalties in the game, but I'm going to stand by the 49ers and probably defend both of them. Now, I did put out a tweet about Greenlaw saying he's got to chill the out. And the reason why I said that is because regardless if he was right or wrong,
Right.
I already knew the flag was on its way out from his trajectory. Like the moment he started running toward the offender, I knew the flag was on its way out. Even if he was right, even if there was no whistle blown, even if he's playing to the whistle. You know why? Because it's just who he is. And they're going to call it every single time.
Especially with him, because refs know. They know. And they study for games. And they know this dude plays through the echo of the whistle, which is what you teach as a defender.
Yes,
and
sir.
if I'm his coach, I'm saying, look, man, don't change. Just use your brain a little bit more than you do currently, because we want everything else. There we go. Yeah, I rolled his ankle after the late penalty. Thank you, Angel.
I knew.
But no, I mean, Greenlaw was unbelievable this game. He was incredible. And
you didn't hear his name much, though. That's funny. Until that penalty.
Team in tackles.
He leads the team every week in tackles.
Every week.
Every week.
He's all over the place, and he's the reason why Danny Dimes didn't do what he did. What happened when Danny Dimes got outside the pocket and tried to scramble?
Mm-hmm.
Greenlaw went and shut him down for a tackle for loss. Like, that dude, he plays his best versus mobile quarterbacks. You remember against Russell Wilson?
Yes, he does.
Like, he just goes off. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, the penalties suck. That's who we are, and I don't want them. Oh, what's up, Big Papa?
Tell me that's not dope, yo. Just call him Greenlaw.
Awesome.
That's fire.
That's pretty good, man. We were talking about this last night, man. Thank you, Big Papa. And so, yeah, I don't know, man, because you got to keep Greenlaw. It's going to happen. Just like when there's a fight going around, you want Trent Williams there. Is he going to get flagged? Sure. He going to mess somebody up while he's doing it, though? I don't know, man.
Listen, I love Greenlaw, and I don't want him to change. But he in this game it wasn't going to matter.
Language is
because in this game it wasn't going to change anything other than give the Giants an opportunity to score points because they were going to get closer. I think that's my gripe. I think that's my thing, right? Because the Giants, these teams, I just don't feel like these teams can score on this defense at will. I feel like it's going to take a little bit of help. And the help, we don't need to be the help. We need to be the more disciplined. And I feel like they want Greenlaw to be him, and that's why they're not going to change it. They're Greenlaw.
They're not changing it.
They're not going to change it. They're not going to change it. So with Greenlaw, all I'm asking for him is it was a stop and go. So that means he thought about it for a second.
Yep.
So all I'm saying, Greenlaw, is if you got to think, don't do it.
You react, man. You react. Look at Niner Cowboy. I love this super chat. Do you see that? This is awesome. He says, wasn't that our defense's motto? Swarm? Now we're faulting him for cleaning up a tackle? BS. I'm with you, man.
Listen.
Let him go.
The only thing I didn't like about that, there was one thing, John, that I didn't like about it. Can you guess what it was? The only thing I didn't like about it was this. I literally thought Travarius Mooney Ward was going to get injured on the tackle.
Oh, because, okay. Gotcha.
If it was just a player, go fucking for it. But when your player's involved.
Friendly fire's rough on defense, man.
I was nervous. I'm like, he tackled Mooney before the other guy even fell. I was like, dang. Greenlaw sees ball, get ball. Like he is a defensive player, period. End of discussion. All the way back to Pop Warner football. See ball, get ball. That's Greenlaw. Don't change that, Greenlaw. But if the player's in your uniform.
He saw red. He's wearing red.
Hey, we'll leave it at that. John. We'll leave it at that. He saw red, see red, I'm in it. It was blood in the water. Let's talk about Trent Williams, because what the media did with Trent Williams, Niner Cowboy, thank you for the Super Chat contribution. What the media did was they immediately get it? Media immediately went to the reaction by Trent Williams punching the defender in the face, which he did. Now, there was some stuff that led up to that,
He
in
got
my
punched in
opinion.
the neck.
But
Dude
the
got
media,
punched in the neck.
but the media isn't talking about that.
Well, they always get the second guy. So, like, that's just the way that it works. But yeah, he got the little quick jab to the neck. So he freaking, gave him a little roundabout.
Before
I
the
love
jab,
Trent
though, it
Williams.
was the fake jab, right? So it was like, like, right?
Yep.
Right. Right.
And we know Trent Williams, he's going to hit somebody, man. Whether
Somebody
it's Richard
getting hit.
Sherman, whether it's, slamming people in Philly. Like, if there's anybody I don't want to fight in the NFL, it would be Trent Williams. Like, that dude is just so massive. And it was Ashawn Robinson, I think.
Ashawn Robinson. I couldn't think of his
Who we
first
played
name,
against with the Rams for years. So, like, there's bad blood between those guys.
So, am I being hypocritical? Because I want the players to play by the rules. Now, he didn't get ejected. They got offset penalties. If Trent Williams was ejected and Ashawn Robinson wasn't ejected, would that have been a problem, like, in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, from the NFL standpoint, yeah, big time for the 49ers. They were going to win this game no matter what. But yeah, I mean, you never want people punching face masks and helmets just because it hurts your hand, right? Like, that's the thing.
That's
like,
a good point.
You got to slap hands, like though. Dion, which actually don't do that. You look like a baby. But like that was just the thing. Like, you never punch helmets. You don't do that. It's just that's how you break hands. Yeah, I don't know. The aggressiveness, the fight, I don't want it to go away. And if somebody puts their hands on you and punch you in the neck, sometimes you got to slam somebody. I don't know.
And now the refs had some BS stuff. That the refs said they couldn't tell it was a punch, and that's fine. It would have. But do you think that the refs actually saw what happened? That one ref saw the whole thing, and that's
those usually come down from New York. So what happens is, okay, they have like a little remote thing, and it like buzzes like, hey, we got something to talk to you about. And so then New York comes in and says, yeah, no ejection needed. So they would have said, New York would have said, eject them both, no ejections. And that usually comes down from somebody like you or me just watching in New York.
So then it should be just dead in the water then.
Yeah. It might get fined. You can get fined.
Yeah. Trent Williams is going to get a hefty fine.
He said, did you see what he said? He said, I don't think so. It wasn't really, I didn't hit him hard. Just a little love tap.
I love the 49ers show. You got CMC 1 week saying that, just friendly talk, friendly back and forth talk to a Keller Witherspoon. He literally tried to put a Keller Witherspoon's face into the turf.
And then said, shut your BA up 2 times in a row.
Bro, it was,
awesome.
We could read the, but it was just friendly, friendly. And then Trent's like, just a little love tap. That was clean up, though. I love it. I love the 49ers aggressiveness because I don't like to use the term bully, but I always want to remain the bully. I don't want us to ever feel like we got to be soft. Well, the moment we do that, we lose our integrity. I feel like we lose the edge that we're playing with. And here's the most important part about the San Francisco 49ers. And John, you could take us home after this. They're still figuring out their identity. The 49ers are 3-0, still figuring things out. That's scary.
They're not at their best. And, when that's going to hit, because we're always like, oh, they start slow. Oh, they're 3-0. And they're freaking top 5 offense and top 5 defense. You better watch out, because if this team does heat up, if this team does have one of those games, I don't give a damn who's on the other side. And, week 5 can't get here soon enough. And I want to enjoy all the, all the games. We got 17 of them, but that Cowboys game, we're going to find out. And that's the thing. It's a test. Mm-hmm. Cowboys and the 49ers are going to the playoffs, period. That's just happening. We've knocked them out of the playoffs back-to-back years, but they're new teams. Every year's a new thing. I want to see the test, and I want to see how good this team can be. And I think we're going to find out pretty early this year.
There it is. Before John takes us home, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I just wanted to shout everybody out on both streams. We love you. Hey, if you're not subscribed on one stream, make sure you go ahead and show that supporter the subscription. John, take us home, baby. I'm ready.
3-0. Victory Friday, baby. We got 11 days to enjoy this. The best community, the best freaking dude to record a podcast with right here, Wade Breezy. And the best freaking team in the NFL right now. I think that's where the Niners are.
Do we have more Super
enjoy
Chats?
this. What's up?
No.
Did I miss one?
No, we got him.
I think we're good.
Okay.
So anyway, enjoy this for 11 days. And until next time, stay strong, faithful.
See, I wasn't even ready because I'm looking for Super Chats. We out.
I be sipping gold bar, whiskey on the rocks, and a 24 karat gold on a watch. My 7-1 Chevy be tipping nonstop, sounding like Trent Williams on the block. So you know we can't stop, we be banging through your speakers. Wayne Breezy on the field or in the bleachers. You can tune into my show and I'm a teacher. Wayne Breezy, the 4-9 preacher.